what exactly is the goal of using AI? I like to read. I went somewhere last week and it was like a restaurant with a book library somewhere. They were disorganized. There were chaos, basically. Different books, different genres and everything. So just sort through and then take your pick. Right? And I was telling my friend that I would rather it was more organized than chaotic. But she was like, we can find rare gems in the chaos. It's okay. Both parties are correct.
One of the questions that I have here, we've been speaking on creativity. And Rev, when you spoke about how AI has helped you to, make things easier and all of that. So I'd love for us to clarify on the use of AI in expressing our creativity. So do we now solely rely on AI? Where does the talent of our creativity come in with regards to the use of AI? Yeah.
So basically, I think my interns will be able to tell the biggest story of this, because I'm very hard on them when it comes to fixing stuff in post-production. As I said before, God is the chief content creator. He made everything we can see, so he poured himself out onto us. So we're meant to have creativity in excess, and he's a perfectionist because he made us to perfection. So we have to make everything perfect, as close as perfect to, as close as perfect in shooting before post-production. So I, for one, I use AI, but I don't rely on AI. AI is to enhance something that is already there. What we find most times now for photographers is that we find people who, they want to generate everything. There's no originality in your image. Take, for instance, the image I showed you with the model throwing her dress. That image I was already about to use AI to remove. I shot it at a mechanic workshop, and I was about to use AI to remove the trailer and the cars by her side, which it would have just been a click of a button to take them out. But then I thought to myself that not a lot of photographers will go to a mechanic workshop to do a shoot like this. Do you understand? So that was me leaving the image to be as original as possible. The other image I showed of the couple in front of the church with a vintage car. As soon as we're about to take that picture, as soon as we're about to do that portrait session, the person taking care of the church that was watering flowers actually poured water on the flowers. So the water dripped around the whole, like under the car, and passed through the couple. Do you understand? So for that image, I had finished that image. In fact, I was about to send. In fact, I had already sent it. And then my mind was telling me that this image is not complete. But then I just said, yeah, it was there. Just leave it. So I had sent a preview to the bride. The bride was like, this is my favorite picture. But can you take out this water on the floor? I was like, yeah. Do you know the only thing? I was about to take it out, but the pressure from the bride, we need this picture immediately. Can this picture be out? I would normally not do that. But then the fact that I had to deliver that picture almost immediately, and then she now pointed it out, I said, okay, I used AI to remove that water. So if you look at the full picture, it's just a nice picture with a vintage car in front of the church without water. So AI is there to enhance and not replace. Do you understand? Thank you.
All right. So, hi. So to answer the question, right? I feel as though context is what matters most, right? By context, I mean what exactly is the goal of using AI? Personally, as a creative, right? I like to read. I went somewhere last week, and it was like a restaurant with a book library somewhere. So they were disorganized. There were chaos, basically. Different books, different genres, and everything. So just sort through and then take your pick, right? And I was telling my friend that I would rather it was more organized than chaotic. But she was like, we can find rare gems in the chaos. It's okay, right? Both parties are correct. But why I say context matters now is, what exactly do you want to achieve? I feel as though if it was a more organized space, I would be able to pick what I want and then look for what I may not be looking for and find value in it still. I use AI. So in my line of work, product design, we, to an extent, have a brief, a PROD that we work with. Sometimes it can be 70 pages or more, or even less. All right. So the job of a designer is to translate that to pixel and give to the developers. If I spend 3 hours because I want to be a creative and study a 100-page PROD, that is wasted time. Give it to ChatGPT. It will summarize, give me the crux of the matter, and I'll design with it. So what I think now is context. What do you want to use AI to achieve? Use that thing to achieve it. Now, downside now is we tend to now want to feel AI is better than us. It's not. It's an assistant. It's like an assistive technology. ChatGPT helps us summarize, like you also was saying. You use book reviews. You get all you need 5 seconds after typing it. Beautiful work, saves time. It's a resource rather. So I feel context, what do you want to achieve using an AI, and then use it freely without guilt. Thank you.
So he says use this without guilt. The biggest challenge to a creative is ease. That's our biggest challenge. The moment we find ease, we stay. So if you use AI, or not just AI, every other thing that makes your work easier, pick templates, pick this, pick that, a time will come where you will not be able to stimulate your mind to create anything original. You will just be interested in just sending things out. So let me give a classic example. Preparing for this meeting, I went on AI and I typed a keynote address for creatives, for Christian creatives. And it gave me a page long. And I read through. All right? But it did not represent my original idea. So I abandoned it. Someone is saying, so if it represented the original idea, if I come and giving us AI, maybe. But I'm saying that it should be a support to enable your productivity, not to replace your imaginative strength, because that's where your edge is. If I see Celestine's design or picture, I see Caleb's picture, I see Saint's picture, all three of them should have a signature of their imaginative positioning. You can just be able to see somebody's picture and with time say, this picture looks like Celestine's picture. This picture looks like Saint's picture. This picture looks like Caleb's picture. That is where your strength is. If we all now fall back and say AI should do all the work for us, we all will be singing the same song. And then that edge of creativity will be lost. That would be my position.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. Okay.